Hello everyone, this is Lucrezia from Almanova Astrology, and today I'm going to make a tutorial about astrocartography. This is going to be a two-parts video. The first part, it's about how to interpret this map, and the second part is going to be about how to relocate your chart on astro.com. So, astrocartography is a technique that allows you to understand what planetary influences show up for you in a different place. Through this map, we see the planetary lines that are affecting you at each place in the world. While with the relocation chart, we will see how these influences are interacting with you. So how the energy of a specific place is interacting with your natal chart. Very important to understand that your natal chart is not changing according to the place you live. You're still going to have the same struggles, the same influences of your natal chart. This is just the astrocartography and the relocation chart are just going to add an additional layer on it that can affect your personal experience of your natal aspects. So, first thing you need to do to get this map is to go on astro.com and select the free horoscopes tab. In the second column, you will see that you have AstroClick Travel at the bottom of it, and you simply click on it, and then you get this map. I'm already in with my credentials, so if you don't have an account, you will need to insert your birth time and date. And if you have an account, you just get this already prepared for your own chart. So if you zoom to the world view, you will see that you have at the top of this map, at the bottom of this map, and on each side you have a planetary symbol with one of the cardinal angles, one of the cardinal points, so the ascendant, the descendant, the nadir, and the midheaven. So each planet is associated with one of the angles. And of course, there are places in the world, for example here, where you don't have a specific line going through it, yet you still have an influence of the closest lines that can work together, let's say, in a specific place. So if you go to live in a place where you are on a specific planetary line, the influence is going to be stronger. While if you go to a place where you don't have an exact line going through there, the influence of these planets is going to be milder. In any case, you need to check also the relocation chart, which will be the second part of the video, to have a bigger picture of how a place is going to affect you. So, how to interpret this map? Let's look, for example, this circle with the cross is going to be your birthplace. So I was born with my Pluto on my MC. This is a natal influence that stays with me forever because I was born with it. I was born with on this line. But I lived in several different places, and I will show you how this showed up for me. So to understand what a place, if you live, for example, in a place that is different from your birthplace and you want to understand what influences are showing up for you in this place, you select the place on this map. This is the place where I live now, Barcelona, Spain. And on the right, astro.com is giving you some information about it. So this, for example, for me is not on a specific line. So we have a crossing. We have crossing moon on the IC and north node on the ascendant. So crossing moon on the IC is a great influence for home life, for staying at home, maybe creating a family, spending time at home, and just being cozy. It's not an influence that is like pushing you to have a lot of social life or stuff like that. I also work from home, so this is great for working from home because you're going to feel at home. And this is actually a place where I always come back to when I don't know where to go. And even if it's not the place where I grew up, I have always felt very comfortable here. Moreover, when you have the moon's nodes involved, it's a very karmic place for you. So it means that what happens here for you, it's very relevant for your soul evolution. Let's look at another place where I lived that was on my Neptune line. So Very important to understand that if you go to live, for example, like this on your Neptune line, this place is going to activate your natal Neptune aspect. So living on my Neptune line for me means that it's going to activate my Neptune square Venus that I have natally. So this is going to be a strong recurring theme for me. So according to the aspect that this specific planet is making in your birth chart, that you have an idea, you have a clearer idea of what is showing up for you in a specific place. So for example, living on my Neptune ascendant line, it was quite exact. So it was very strong Neptunian place for me. And I experienced a lot of that Neptune line through my relationships with others, because I have Venus square Neptune in my natal chart, as well as at home with the people I was living with, because I also have Neptune square Moon in my natal chart. So Neptune line is a lot about secrets, mystery, deception. The people that I met, the first impression that I had of them was wrong, was completely wrong. So I had to learn to discriminate, and I had to learn to let go of my ideals because they weren't true. Yet at the same time, being Neptune, it was a very creative period of my life. Since I'm also a dancer, I was working as a dancer, and also I met let's say that was the place where I started going deeper into astrology and developing my own spiritual view of astrology, evolutionary astrology, and I was very inspired to go deeper into this kind of to develop a higher perspective of my life. So every place has its own, its good sides, its bad sides. If you're aware of it, you can work with it, with these influences more consciously. So let's have a look to another place that I would love to visit, which is Melbourne, Australia. We can see, according to the astrocartography, what kind of influences I can expect. So here is Melbourne, is not on a specific line, but I'm going to experience crossing Venus-Moon's nodes here. So here, this sounds a very interesting place because I would have a lot of emphasis on relationships. So if I'm looking for relationships and also artistic pursuits, this sounds a good place to be in. And another place where I've been wanting to visit is Bali in Indonesia, and I want to look at what kind of influences would show up for me here. So here it's my crossing Sun Mercury on the descendant. So this is a great place for communication and also for relationships. So maybe having business relationship with other people. I write for a living, so this is very good also for my work. Maybe meeting other people who are into similar topics and exchanging ideas. So this is something that is interesting for me. I will keep that in mind, and I will look at the relocation chart in the next video to understand a little bit more in details what kind of influences are showing up for me. So this is how you see how you start from the place and you understand the influences that are going to show up for you there. You can also do the opposite. So you can, for example, according to what you're looking for, you see what places could be good for you. For example, if you're looking for love, you want to look at your Venus descendant line. Venus on the descendant, for me, it goes through here. So all these places could be good for my love life. Another option could be Jupiter on the descendant if you're looking for love. So this line, I follow this line and it's going through here to these places. Another one could be Venus on the ascendant, for example. Here I have it. And in this place, I would feel definitely more attractive, more self-confident, more willing to put myself out there in the world and relate to people. If you're looking for developing more self-confidence, Of course, also Sun on the ascendant is a great line. And for me, it's going through here. And if you're looking for work, for example, if you're looking for building a business or expanding your business or taking the next step in your career, you want to look at MC lines. So for example, here I have Sun on the MC, Mercury on the MC, Jupiter on the MC lines, and they go through here. This for me would be a great place. For example, if I want to focus more on my writings, other options are Venus on the MC. For example, if you're an artist, Venus on the MC is the best line you can live on if you want to go to the next level about your art. Any line that involves lunar nodes, south and north node is going to be very karmic for you. So a lot of evolutionary lessons are going to wait for you in that place, and that depends a lot. The themes that are showing up for you depend a lot on your natal nodes. So last thing, if you're looking for building a family, or if you're looking for retirement and you want to spend a lot of time at home and you want to be cozy at home, definitely you want to look at your IC line. So Venus on the IC, Moon on the IC. These are great influences if you want to, for example, be surrounded by women and children, if you want to build a home, if you want to create a community where you feel at home. So Jupiter on the IC is another great line. So choosing a place basically depends on what you're looking for, and also, of course, your possibilities about traveling. This is a good way to start to understand, especially if you have moved around a bit. It's going to help you a lot to understand the experiences that you had in a specific place. Then the next step is going to be the relocation chart and understanding the relocation chart, which we're going to see in the next video. So thank you for listening, and if you have any question, feel free to contact me on Instagram, send me a DM or comment this video.